This guy is saying he has some theories, but it's Manhunt scripted, blah blah. You know what it is.
You can see here, George kills Sapnap, just as it seems all over for Dream, giving Dream 7 pearls. This is never again seen in any other manhunt, and this kill happens to be the only reason Dream won this manhunt, which begs the question, why did George kill Sapnap in this specific manhunt, and not in any other?
So this one I think is pretty funny. I think most people who are fans of mine might know this, but George and Sapnap, like, they go at each other. You can find so many streams online of like George being like, "Dream, help me," and because Sapnap's just killing him. Like they just on the SMP everywhere. They literally just kill each other. Like they do that. That is literally like their thing that they do. They kill each other. Now after this, I will say they probably learned a little bit and realized, hey, in the manhunts we shouldn't do that. But I will say they have actually done it in future manhunts after this. I just cut it out. The reason I cut it out is because of the fact that I want the manhunts to maintain like serious, right? But if they set a bed, like there's been times where George and Sapnap have set a bed and then literally just killed each other. Like been like they're fighting and they're like yelling and you can hear them like fighting, right? And then the funny thing is in one of the manhunts, they actually were fighting for a long period of time. In the manhunt where I did the nether, trapped them on the nether roof, George and Sapnap were killing each other. We're killing each other on the nether roof.
Now take a look at this. You can hear that Bad is specifically searching for Dream, and you can...
So, I mean, he says you can hear Bad is specifically searching for Dream, but he's literally walking. He has no hunger. He can't even sprint. And he's walking towards a cow. He's like, you can hear that he's specifically searching for Dream. Like, no, he's looking for food because he's going to die if he doesn't get food right now. I get his point. He's saying that the compass should turn and then he would see that the compass turned. But I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I've very rarely been a hunter. And when I do, I click the compass. But I'm pretty sure that when you click the compass, you have to click it to update it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, and even if you don't, this point applies as well. You can just not look at the compass. So in this case, I'm pretty sure I saw the cows. I wanted to kill the cows, but I knew that Bad was near me. So I didn't kill the cows. I hid, waited for Bad to come, and then jumped him because I needed the food. Like you can see, I have 4 hunger bars and 2 hearts. Like I needed the food, and I only have 4 raw pork chops, and I wanted to cook it as well.
As you see here, Dream gave enough time for the hunters to collect full iron again after Sapnap was the only one who had armor left after this fight.
So this is another thing he mentions quite a few times. But one thing he doesn't understand is that we don't see their point of view, so we don't know how they collect iron. One thing I will say is that if you ask them, a lot of times they have extra iron. Like they leave extra iron at spawn in a chest, and they leave extra iron near their bed in a chest. And that happens, I don't know, that happens really frequently. It happens all the time. They've mentioned it in videos before. A lot of times I'll just cut it out, but they do mention it, and they've talked about it on streams and stuff, I'm sure, before. But they get extra iron. So like they'll mine, they have 4 people or 3 people. They get a lot of iron, and they just have extra iron. They throw it in a chest knowing that I'm probably going to kill them. Or even if I kill one of them, then they'll have extra iron. And they'll be able to, respawn, grab the extra iron, throw it together, and then come back and fight me. So they mention that a lot. He mentions that how they get the iron so quickly. Well, it's because they had extra iron.
Yet Dream had gave the hunters enough time to collect full iron armor for all of them yet again, to then again fight against them. Now the next point is at 28.
Oh yeah, also in this part, they're pretending they're mining iron because they think the reason they had time is you can go back. That's the part where Bad was singing like we're mining iron or whatever he's saying. It was some like dumb mining iron song because he was trying to trick me that they were mining iron because they just died. So but really they had iron and they snuck up on me. So that was why they sung that "we're mining iron" song, to try and trick me. So and it was like some whatever. It wasn't mining away. It was like actually like a custom song that they did.
You'll see that Dream doesn't burn any of the stuff, giving away for the hunter to yet get it again.
Yes, I didn't burn the stuff that's in the water. I technically could have. Like I could have placed blocks and stuff like below it and tried to block off the whole waterway and got it up so I can burn it. Or I guess, do I have lava? I don't even know if I don't think I have lava. Maybe I did. Maybe it'd be a little easier to throw lava in there and burn it. But I think I just wasn't thinking about that. And I was also, items despawn fairly quickly, and you can always go back. And this is like at a random place in the world. So I'm just probably expecting they're not going to find their stuff. It's super far. It's going to despawn before they find it. And also, it's in the water, dude. Like, am I going on my way to burn this stuff? Like, probably not.
What? They actually have a compass.
You hear George scream there. Well, again, they're not constant. Like, he's cooking iron. He's cooking food. Like, he's not constantly looking at his compass, staring at it, and going, where is Dream? Is he going to sneak up on me? And also, one thing he doesn't even mention is that I come from the same way the compass was pointing. Like, look how I'm coming from this direction. So even if he was staring at the compass, it would be pointing the exact same way. I'm just running in a straight line towards him from the same direction. Like, even there, the compass just wouldn't, even if he was staring at the compass, which I guarantee he wasn't, I mean, it would still surprise him because I just came from the exact direction the compass was. Like, and I know some of these from him might seem nitpicky, but he was just going over like every possible suspicious thing in every manhunt ever. So I wouldn't fault him for that and say, oh, it's nitpicky. This is so dumb, whatever. He's just trying to go over literally everything, which is perfect because that's what I want to do. I want to go over everything. It's pretty good.
But he should know the position of Dream at all. Did you hear that? He said, we can't hit him though. Just listen. Did you hear that? He said, we can't hit him though. Now you would assume here that he's just saying he can't reach him, but seeing how close they were before Dream entered the water, and seeing how many times Dream had met.
So I want to give chat a chance to guess why he said we can't hit him. Why can't he hit me? Why did he say I can't hit him though? I see some answers. Boat. That's right. When you're in a moving boat, you literally can't hit. Like, you can't hit somebody. The Minecraft mechanics don't work. So when he said, I can't hit him, though, he's in a boat. Him and Bad are both in a boat, and you can't hit in a moving boat. So when he said, I can't hit him, he literally means he can't hit him. So.
Which tell him how much health Dream is on. So here, Sapnap knows that Dream is really low, and he can see this. So he tells the other hunters, we can't hit him though. That's just a Okay, see how georgenotfound mentions for strength 2 it does +6 damage, yes?
This point's kind of dumb, but he basically says,
now,
we'll watch it.
Here we see a cut. We see a cut there, and then we see georgenotfound mentioning the exact same line again. Exactly.
So this is actually a funny story. So at this point, I don't know how much I included in the video. Maybe you guys will remember this. But at this point in the video, they're talking about beating me to death with strength 2 sticks. Like, I'm actually not sure I included it. I think I might have. But they were like, George and Bat are having a conversation. How much damage would we do if we had sticks that had strength 2? Because they were gonna beat me to death with like sticks. Well, they were joking about doing it. I don't think they were actually going to. But that's what they were joking about. I'm not sure I included it. I think I might have. But the reason he repeats himself is because they're having a conversation. Like, Bad's asking questions and George is going back and forth. I don't know why there's a cut there. It probably just has to do with the pacing. I do a lot of weird cuts with pacing. And I mean, like literally, you can watch the video. I was killing Enderman for so long. Why would I just spawn in a pearl in a chest?
Here we see Dream announce to the hunters that he found the second stronghold.
Let's say, so basically, the portal was already lit. So when you light the portal, it makes a sound, right? It goes like, boom, like a giant sound that everyone hears. Right? So I had already lit it. They knew I was at a second stronghold. They just didn't know how I was at a second stronghold. They literally already knew that. Like, they knew I had lit a portal, and they knew it wasn't the portal they were at. So they knew that that I was at a second stronghold. So the reason I said it is just for the video. Like, I'm at the second stronghold. Like, this is for the video so that way people know, like, oh, that's what he did. He went to the second stronghold. But they already knew. So it didn't give away like anything at all.
He could have waited till he got into the end and then mentioned, oh yeah, I was at the second stronghold. But I don't see why he mentioned it here. And then also gave the hunters 1 minute of extra time.
So this was probably dumb of me, but my mindset here when I give extra time, which was really just me clearing my inventory and stuff, was that they are, like, I ran the path. It was extremely far. It was like 4,000 blocks or something. And I'm thinking, I can kill the dragon in like I could, like, my best time killing dragon is probably like 2.5 minutes or something. Like, I didn't have the beds and stuff, so probably maybe 5-6 minutes I can kill the dragon. Maybe it takes 10 if it's like super long. But I was thinking there's like no way they get here. But what I didn't take into account is that they had speed pots and stuff. So I could have, that was just a mistake on my part, but it's only an extra minute and they got there with more than a minute left in the dragon. So I feel like it didn't end up mattering, but it could have. So that was just a mistake on my part. I should have rushed in, but I still had to clear my inventory either way, but I should have gone in that way. The dragon had more time to like perch and stuff. So
The compass should be telling them that Dream is this way, yet they seem to be heading this way.
well, the whole time when they're tracking, the compass is pointing this way. They see the ocean ahead. They make a boat. They run forward to go click on the boat. They're assuming that I'm not hiding. Again, it's just all about what are they going to assume? Are they going to assume maybe he's hiding behind that hill? Let's just pay attention super closely to our compass and see if it turns right here. Like, no, they're not. But when they are, you notice they do that in the videos. Like, if they know, hey, he's right around here, they do that. They do say, or they'll be like, oh, it just turned. He's right above us or right below us. Like, they do that. They pay attention to it when they need to. But in this case, they'll just assume, he's probably not right here, and they're not going to pay attention.
Now look at that. Just a few seconds later, we see a cut. So he is on half a heart.
So I want to point out something here with the cut. Just pay attention to my blocks. I have 34, right? 34 blocks.
He mines a block. There's lava here,
I have 37 blocks.
which could very much easily kill him if he's lit on fire.
34.
And then suddenly,
58. Okay? So the cut is a long cut. Okay, so that's the first thing to point out. The cut is a pretty long cut. I'm mining. I'm trying to get into the portal. The portal's through the lava. It's a long cut. So it's not like a 0.25 seconds cut or something. It's a long cut. It's a little bit later.
there's a cut. And now his shield is fully repaired. And if we
So it's not fully repaired, first of all. It's like partially repaired.
jump to 1621, we can see his inventory, in which we'll see that Dream only had 6 iron ingots. Yes, no extra shield. Remember this is very important.
You're
Dream
right.
has 6 iron ingots, no extra shield. Now we jump to 2444, and we'll see that Dream here, an almost half repaired shield. This makes me question what happened, because he couldn't have.
All right, so look, I kill them here. I'm at level 27, right? I'm at level 27. And then they show up again. Like here. I'm at level 32 and almost 33. Now, the hardest levels to get are 27 to like 27 and above. I'm at 32, almost 33. That's a lot of levels. Like, you can sit at a mob spawner for 15 minutes. A double cave spider mob spawner for 15 minutes and barely go from 27 to 30. Like, you'll get to 30 probably in like 15 minutes. Like, I was there killing endermen and mobs, and there were so mmany mobs.
Here we see there's a very clear hole in which Sapnap could have hit Dream. We see that there is a 1 block hole in which he could have hit Dream.
I mean, like, to be fair, I mean, I don't know how I can really explain this because I'm not from their perspective, so I have no idea why they didn't hit me. But if you watch here, like, I'm not gonna die. Like, I'm on plenty of health. They can hit me, 2 times, maybe 3 times in a row, and I wouldn't die. Like, it's not like they didn't hit me because I'm low on health. Like, with his theory before, with them seeing my health is low, then why wouldn't they hit me? Like, they know my health is plenty. This isn't an easy hit, to be fair. Like, he's like 4 blocks down. There's like a block in the way. It's up 1 to the right. Like, it's not the easiest hit. It's not the easiest hit, and they're trying to mine, so they're probably holding pickaxes and stuff. But then again, I'm not them. I have no idea. But sometimes, like, people just make mistakes, especially when you're like in an intense moment where like you're fighting somebody. It's just hard.
Which backs up my claim. Dream here is on 1 heart, yes? Bad, if he jumps here and hits Dream, Dream is dead.
So Bad doesn't know that, first of all. Second of all, I have a loaded crossbow pointed right at his face that I somehow missed. I don't even know how I missed that shot. That was like the easiest shot I ever could have taken. But like, Bad doesn't jump towards me. I can just like shoot him in midair. He takes like a giant crossbow hit, lands in the water, and then he's far away. So let's think about that real quick. So he just said that he thinks that in this scene at 33 seconds and 33 minutes and 12 seconds in the Manhunt finale rematch, that Bad not jumping towards me and hitting me was because I was on 1 heart and because they can see my health. So let's go and watch that scene in slow motion, actually. Let's watch that scene in slow motion. So I shoot and miss. Bad doesn't jump towards me. Kind of weird. George jumps towards me. I'm on 1 heart, keep in mind. Switches to his sword and hits me. I'm on 1 heart. He's saying that they have a mod to see my health. George hits me with a sword on 1 heart. But because he was on slow cooldown when he switched to his sword, I lived on half a heart. Like, I was probably like literally so close to dying here. But he skips this clip. Why does he skip this clip? That's ridiculous. Like, he uses the clip like literally a couple seconds before it. But we're talking about George. Like, right after this, he shows Bad doing this weird thing, and then he doesn't show George. Like, it's not even a second later. Like, he could have just shown this clip a second later. George hits me with a sword when I'm on 1 heart. Like, there's no way that George could in any way whatsoever think that wouldn't kill me if he knew I was on 1 heart. In my mind, that proves they can't see my health. Like, he's hitting me with a sword on 1 heart. How could he possibly know my health is 1 heart then? He would have just stalled or done something or backed up or something. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
I just want to ask, is this even possible? So we see a minecart which spawns right next to the end portal. And look...
I have no idea. Like, what is that? Why would we stage that? Like, yes, I have a great idea. Let's put a minecart with a chest in the end portal room. That's the best idea I've ever had to stage things. That'd be geez, like what? Like what is even like what does that even imply? Like, why would I stage that? It doesn't make any sense. I don't think I have the seed for this world anymore, but it did happen. It happened. Why? Like, what is that to stage? What is that? That's like the most unreasonable thing ever. It'd be like, what if I start the manhunt on a horse with a saddle?
That's what I wrote in my notes. That's probably what I thought at the same time. And here I just had to point out, Lamal, stone crafting table.
What the hell? You're like, you're in this debunking manhunt video, roasting for the fucking stone. What the hell's wrong with you? Dislike.
They have a compass, which is pointing. See how Bad Boy Halo just walks away.
So again, I talked about this at the very beginning of the stream, but the reason he's walking that way is because, again, he's hoping I'm in the maze. Because if I'm just in the netherrack somewhere, he's never gonna find me. He's never gonna find me. So he's just running around in the maze, trying to like searching all the different corridors and everything that I built, which I did on purpose.
Here at 1948, we see that Sapnap makes a mistake. He blows up a bed and he kills himself. I feel like this is such a rookie mistake for Sapnap that it shouldn't happen.
Well, yeah, it is. But then again, like, just mistakes like that can happen occasionally. I'm pretty sure he just, I don't see his perspective, but I'm pretty sure he just like misplaced a block. Like, he just meant to he placed a block on the wrong side of the bed. Like, I've done that in live streams before, and I speed run, right? So at the very end of a stream, I remember one time at the very end of a stream, I was in the end, I placed the block on the wrong side and clicked it instinctually and blew myself up when I was in the end in the speed run. And I'm sure Sapnap has probably done that in his streams before. Like, I'm sure you can find a clip of him doing that in his streams.
Here how Bad is really cautious about going to Nether, thinking that Dream has made a trap for them. Here at 33:44, he goes against completely what he just said.
Yeah, so the thing is, in this part, people say that point this part out all the time and say, well, the first time when he needed time, they didn't go through, but the second time they went through right away. But there's a difference between the two. So the first time, it was the first time they were entering another portal after me. And they had a discussion. They had like a 5-minute discussion about whether or not they should go through. They talked about their armor. They talked about everything I could possibly have on the other side. They talked about all the different traps, everything, right? And they decided, okay, we'll go through. And they went through, and then nothing happened. So if you notice one thing, I have no bow, okay? I have no bow. I have no string, right? So I have no bow, I have no string to make a bow, and I have 25 arrows, okay? And I have enough to make a bunch of beds, but one cycling is risky, especially on servers. It like barely works. Like, and the thing is, I find that out. Was it this video? No, it was another video. It was either the next video or it was before this. It might have been before this, because that would make more sense. But either way, on servers, one cycling doesn't work that well. So I didn't want to do a one cycle. I needed to get a bow. So the reason this takes so long, and it seems like instantaneous. Like, look, I'm in a mine shaft, like collecting string. So in Hitman, he's saying, well, in Hitman, he taught the hunters saw how to counter this by jumping down and breaking the boat. But again, you have to jump down, hit the boat perfectly, and then it would kill me, right? And that's assuming I don't have like a water bucket or something to MLG, or another way to MLG, or I pick up back up the boat and place the boat in MLG. Like, but he will die no matter what. If he jumps and does that, he will die. So it's kind of like the lava thing where like you're telling him to, which is why I think he probably, wouldn't be the best hunter. I'll just say that. But because he would be like, kamikaze, jump down, and like just jump after me, probably miss the axe hit, fall to his death, and then everyone will be like, you idiot. Like, again, I think it's just one of those things where you don't do those risky plays, because if you do those risky plays, 9 out of 10 times you'll die, and you don't want to give me that advantage. Like, if you give me that advantage, I'm taking it and running with it. Like, I will take advantage of the fact that you just died, probably kill your teammates, and then you will be like the fool, the clown.
George, sapnap, or Bad jumped down, broke the boat, would have been game over for Dream, yet none of them even risked it.
And you can see, if you watch the Hitman extra scenes video, you can see that in the Hitman extra scenes video, like they try it multiple times. It takes them a bunch of times to get it, Like, they don't get it first try, they don't get it second try, they don't get it third try.
Is enough. And when he goes into this part here, that part is where cave spiders usually spawn. Yet not a single cave spider spawns.
So, first of all, I'm breaking iron with a golden pickaxe. I staged that part. I thought it'd be so funny to make myself look like a fool. But no, I think that the reason the mobs don't spawn as much is because it's on easy. Like, we play Manhunts on easy. So maybe we have played a Manhunt on not easy before, but we play Manhunts on the easy difficulty. So cave spiders don't actually give you poison, and there's much less spawns. And the reason for that is just because we don't want... A Manhunt would be lame if you're just dying to mobs every time. There has been some Manhunts where there's a lot of mobs, but there's the second thing as well. Even on easy, we also play on a server, so there's mob caps. You can hear George and sapnap complaining about how many mobs are near them, but by Dream, there's no mobs. And that's because of the mob cap. So basically, they have all the mobs, it hit the mob cap, and then I ran away from them, and I was near them, which is why it spawned mobs near me by them.
This is unreal luck, and this luck is repeated in the next Manhunt.
It's not unreal luck, though. It's just mob caps, so it's not. You can test it yourself on servers. There's default mob caps. I don't think we changed ours. I think it's default. It's probably not that many mobs, and that's good for Manhunts. So this was the dumb move by me, but I knew they were going to realize shortly, so I thought I would keep their attention. And so by keeping their attention, I could just say, I said, I can see you guys. And then I said, I can see your dumb little castle thing. And so my thought process was, oh, if I say that, then what'll happen is they're not going to check their compass. What they're going to do is, because they don't have a compass anyway, they have a little thing above their hotbar in the nether. But I'm like, okay, what they're going to do is they're going to be like on lookout, like he has to be here because of the castle. They're not going to think he went through the portal, because how would he go to the portal? It doesn't make any sense. If he knows we have a castle, he says he can see us, then we're going to like look for him. So they'd be on full lookout. So I wanted to like keep their attention, that way they're like on their heels.
Throughout the whole entire cave, during the whole time, there was not a single zombie, not a single skeleton, not a single creeper. That is insane luck.
Man, I don't think, again, it is kind of lucky. But then again, it's also like, again, I think there's an explanation for it. I'm pretty sure it's either just the first night, or the fact that it's on easy, or the fact that mob caps, or an explanation of all of them together. I don't know. When he sees that I have more armor than them and a shield, and he's wondering why they're running from me. They don't know I'm on one heart. They're assuming I'm rushing them with full health. Like he's saying, because he said like, oh, all it would take is 2 hits with the axe. They're assuming I'm on full health with an iron chestplate and a shield, and they have no shield. And that was when they had a shield. Imagine they had no shield. They wouldn't even hit me. They would not even get a single hit on me. They break my shield. I back up, place blocks. I break the blocks when my shield's regenerated. I attack them with my shield on. I hit them, they break my shield, I back up, I place blocks. I break the blocks, I hit them, they break my shield, I back up. Like, they will lose, even if they had armor. They would lose that fight. I wasn't close to as good as I am now with shield. Now, obviously, like, that's why, like, I'll say this as well. Like, because of the fact that I practiced for the Technoblade duel with shield PvP with a specific kit, I am very good with just like shield and axe and like not much stuff involved. Like, I do that a lot. There's so many cuts, like you'll see where it's like, why did he cut out like 1 second? And then it's like, oh wow, because the beat dropped on the next like hit or something, or the beat dropped whenever the beat dropped when he did like a cool jump, or like an awesome play happened. Like I can't, because I don't compose the music and I don't have a composer to compose the music. It's all like music that's already put together, so I don't really get to control that much about the timing. Sometimes I edit the music. Actually, I've done that plenty of times, but some songs are much harder to like edit and stuff, and I want there to be like a drop at a certain point or something. And so in order to do that, I have to cut the clips or extend the clips instead of instead of extending the music or cutting the music.
Looking at this is not.
Oh, so where's like the horse? Can you even tell that this is a horse? Can you tell that like this is horse? They look like splotches. Like what can you like that? It's the same thing, but on my screen, it's very clear that this is the horse, right? So it's like it's very different based on compression. Like, and he says this one's legit. He's like, this is very legit.
Scripted.
Shoot him! Kill him!
He says this is not scripted.
This is a plain hills biome, which
So I do want to do more manhunts on the Manhunt channel. I am going to be releasing a t-shirt soon. That's a Manhunt t-shirt that if you buy, you have a chance to be in a manhunt. Going against me, I'll be speedrunning and you'll be like hunting me. Maybe you'll be hunting me with like George and Sapnap or something. Maybe George, Sapnap, Bad, and Ant. I don't know. Maybe 5 people.